Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Nissan in Quakertown, Pennsylvania to check out a brand new gunmetal gray 2023 Nissan Maxima SR. Now, 2023 is the final year for the Nissan Maxima. So we're going to check this thing out, see what it brings to the table in this performance mid-size sedan market, and we're going to dig in. Front end of this gunmetal gray Nissan Maxima. I think it's a great color for this vehicle. We have the new Nissan badge up front on this V-Motion grille with some gloss black playing off this gunmetal gray, which looks good. We have LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED fog lamps, and LED turn signals. Some more body color gunmetal trim on the bottom of the grille. Functionality top and bottom. I think the front end looks pretty darn good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Wheel and tire setup on the Maxima. We have a 19-inch gloss black wheel, the new Nissan badge on the center cap, standard brake and rotor package. Wheels are wrapped in Goodyear all-season tires, 245 on the width, a 40 series sidewall 19s, all four corners, front wheel drive. All right, the full side profile of this gunmetal gray Maxima. The Maxima to me has always been a pretty good looking car. Now, it is long in the tooth, but you know what? This is it for it this year. So there's, they're not going to redesign it. They're not going to radically change it now in 2023, as this is the swan song. But I love that body line that comes off the front fender and has like that S that goes right through the bottom of the door handles and into the rear quarter panel. Really looks good. The gunmetal gray plays off great against the gloss black on the wheels and the gloss black on the A-pillars and the blacked out trim around the windows. Really looks pretty good here on this Maxima. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, as we come in closer on the Maxima, we're gloss black on the side view mirror with LED turn signals, 360-degree cameras, color matched on the front and rear door handle with the left side fuel filler cap. Up top, we are panoramic roof, all blacked out, looking good. It's either glass or black paint, like how they've done that. Back end of this Maxima SR, we have that deck lid spoiler popping up with the new Nissan badge right underneath. Looks good. Maxima on the left, SR on the right. LED taillights, LED brake lights, LED turn signals in the back. And now we have a quad tip flat black exhaust. That is not quad tip, it's a dual exhaust. The outboard quad tips are not functional, only the inboard ones are functional. So it is a dual exhaust parading around as a quad tip exhaust. Not a big fan of that. If you want quad tips, make it quad tips. But looking good here on the back of this gunmetal gray with the black on the Maxima. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, we're under the hood of this 2023 Maxima, and what are they looking at for a power plant? I like it. We have a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, 300 horsepower, 261 pound-feet of torque. So that's a plus. This is mated to a CVT. That's a minus in what is supposed to be a sports sedan. You got to give me the 9-speed auto in here. At this price point, not a CVT. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments. MPGs though, 20 in the city, 30 on the highway, 24 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior of this 2023 Maxima, one last time for this car, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this cost? Well, the MSRP for the Maxima SR trim before options is $43,300. This vehicle has a few options. It has a splash guards for an additional $225. It's got the sport mat group for additional $420, which is going to give you the sport floor mats, trunk mat, trunk net, first aid kit, and bag hooks. And then your trunk organizer for an additional $90. So what you're looking at, total MSRP after $1,095 in destination and delivery charge, $45,130. Let's check out this interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal, brake and accelerator. I like the aluminum trim on the brake and accelerator. Wish there would have been some for consistency purposes on the dead pedal. The carpeted floor mats are in the trunk at this point. When we take a look at our door sill plate, nice aluminum door sill plate, says Maxima on it to welcome you to the car. Now we have an 8-way power seat for the driver, 6-way power seat for the front passenger, and then we have our Nissan zero gravity bucket seats. So that's what their term is for their high-end bucket seats. We have the black leather with the orange stitching, with the Alcantara insert. Feels really good. We'll also have orange in that insert. Nice soft headrest. So these seats are really, really nice, and they're trimmed really, really well. Door panel action, really nice door panel. We have that soft touch up top with the orange stitching. Gloss black around the door handle. It's not that heavy. Then we have a chrome door handle. We have a pretty soft armrest on the door with the leather, with the stitching, flat black on the switchgear. We have that nice piece of trim right underneath the door handle. That's like this, it's plastic trim, but it's fingerprint resistant, and it kind of looks like that silvery gray, even some bluish, light blue hue to it. Looks really cool. I like the design of this door panel. We come on to the dash, more soft touch, more stitching, more of this cool fingerprint resistant trim. Then down below here, you take a look at your glove box, nice and large. All right, looking at the infotainment system here in this Maxima, we have the older Nissan 8-inch infotainment system, wired Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto, but we do have 2 heat and air vents up top with your 4-way hazards. We do have a CD player right up here where you can put some of those old CDs on and rock out in the car. But this older system, it is a touch screen, and once you wake it up, it does move very well, pretty responsive. You have your hard controls over here, so you can go through your menus or go to your map or go to your audio selections from the menu, which I think is a good touch. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can go to your settings where you can Bluetooth your phone, set up how you want your navigation to look, your sound on your tunes, how you want that to be able to look. So it is a really nice system. We do put it in the reverse, and this is where it falls down some. We got the old camera. So this is a nice backup camera, and we have the 360 view, but it's an older camera and it's a bit grainy on how it looks. So that's unfortunate, but it's the last year of the Maxima, and this is what you're going to get. Moving on down, dual climate control action, which I like. I think it's a necessity in a car like this. Then we have our engine stop start right here. Down below there, we have an aux jack an aux jack, a USB-A, and a USB-C. So they got you covered there. And then we have 2 cup holders. Here's our Nissan key fob, the new Nissan badge, remote start, lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button. Nice weight, nice and easy, plain and simple. Down here further, here's the dial to go through your infotainment system if you don't want to use the touch screen. So this is very familiar to me. If you've seen the Infinitis, they're going to have this set up as well. And then down here we have our traction control off and sport mode. And then we have 3-stage heated seats, 3-stage ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger. And the interesting thing about this is if it's set in the center, then it's off. But if you click to the right, then you turn the heated seats on. And if you click to the left, you turn the ventilated seats on. So that's how they work. You leave it in the center, they're both off. So that's a different way to do it. And then we have this nice soft armrest with the stitching. We open it up, and we have a nice place for storage with a 12-volt. Nissan steering wheel, really nice looking steering wheel, leather wrapped, nice 10 and 2 notches, the orange stitching, brushed aluminum, the new Nissan badge on the horn button, flat black. On the switchgear on the left, we have our controls for the digital portion of our dash. On the right, telephone voice commands, cruise control. We have nice large paddles in silver, but they feel like they're plastic, to go up and down the simulated gears of this CVT, and they are mated to the steering column and not the steering wheel, which is what I prefer. Let me know how you like your paddles. And then on the left, we have our headlight and fog lamp controls, and on the right, we have the windshield wiper controls. We pop on down. Here is the brighten dim the dash, our trip reset. Pop the trunk, heated steering wheel. This is a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then we get into the dash, which is an analog digital combo, analog gauges for the speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature, and then a small 4-inch display in the center that will take you through different information that you may so choose to see on here. And you can go left to right or right to left. And then each one of these does have a sub-menu where you can click up and down and either reset it, or you can go into the next menu. So it is a nice, easy way to set things up. And if you want to play around in sport, you just hit that sport button and sport comes on, and then you click OK to skip the sport display, whatever that is. And then you're in sport. Frankly, I like the sport display, so I wouldn't want to click through that. But now you're in sport. We're going to be rocking in sport mode here in this vehicle today. Overhead console. We do have LED dome lighting in this Maxima. If you want the dome lights to come on and off and you can close the door, this button needs to remain off. And when you open the door, your lighting will come on. When you close the door, your lighting will dim out. Here's our spot right here for our shades. And now we have our controls for the sunroof. So if you want to open it up, here's the shade. Give it a shot. One little tap, and the shade, two different shades. One from on the front goes front to back. One over the rear seat passengers opens back to front, which is really cool. And now when you want to open the glass, you push and hold, and your glass will open only in the front. Here's your wind buffeter up top. You want to close the glass, push and hold, and the glass will close up, and then your shades will automatically go back in each direction. Nicely done. And now we have our sun visor with LED, with vanity. And does it slide? Yes, it does, to block out the side sun. That's a good job. All right, back seat time in this Maxima. Seat is set for my driving position. Let's hop in. Low bridge on the roof, 5'11", getting in the vehicle, low bridge, duck your head, you're going to smash it on the roof. So now we're in the vehicle, and you know what? I do have plenty of knee space. Nice leather all the way down, no plastic, with a seat pocket in the back of each front seat. That's a nice touch. In the back, 2 heat and air vents, so they got you covered there. USB-A, USB-C action, so that's nice. Door panel action, same as the front, with the same nice materials, nice design. Love the orange stitching top and bottom. So here's your front door panel, looking good. Here's the back door panel, looking good. Rear seats, same leather with Alcantara inserts, looking really good. Nice bolstering, nice design. Here is our center armrest, nice and soft, with the storage area here and 2 cup holders. So they got you covered in the back of this Maxima. But just, if you're tall, I'd say over 5'10", duck when you get in this car, you're going to bang your head. All right, pop in the trunk. You can do it from the key fob, or you come to the back, right underneath the Nissan badge and right above the license plate. Give it a push. Up it comes. No electric assist, but no problem. You have your cargo net here, which I don't like. Now we have our carpeted Maxima floor mats, and we have our all-season Maxima floor mats. That's nice. And then we open this up down below, and we do have a spare tire, so that's a good job. But a good amount of space in the back. Not a huge amount of space in the back of this Maxima, but pretty good amount. And you can let the rear seats down by pulling on these tabs right here, these straps, and you can put the rear seats down for more room. But overall, It's not a half bad trunk space, but it could be a little bit bigger. It is on the smaller size for the class. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, here's the window sticker on this 2023 Maxima SR. I'm going to zoom on in since this is the last time we're going to be doing a Maxima on the channel, just so you can see everything that is optioned, standard, as well as optional equipment in this Maxima. So feel free to pause the video, check everything out, and now let's take her out for a spin. All right, we are going down the road in this 2023 Maxima SR. We're in sport, we're in manual shift with the paddles, and ride is firm, seats feel firm. But this is a sports sedan, so not surprising. I really like the leather and Alcantara combo. I think it makes it look really good, especially with this orange stitching. Looks really nice in this Maxima. I have my safety suite, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz. LED lighting front and back, great visibility out the windshield and the side view mirrors and the rear glass, no problems there. So I got all that action going on, no problem. I got my heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, got all that action. Would like to maybe see some heated seats in the back for this SR trim, but again, this is not the top trim. The top trim in this vehicle for this year is the Platinum action. And you got a nice sound out of the engine. Now I have the volume and the audio off, so if it was, I doubt it's being pumped in through the speakers. Maybe it is, but it does have a nice sound to it. Good handling, nice and crisp, right through the turn, no problem, like a big dog on that turn. You got the red line at 6,500 in this engine. Nice response from the engine because we do have that naturally aspirated V6, so you're going to get that nice linear torque delivery in this car. Excuse me, it's pollen time out here in Pennsylvania. Car is covered with pollen already. But the CVT is one thing that I'm not a fan of in a car that's supposed to be a sport sedan, and at $45,000 I think that warrants something better than the CVT transmission. Even though this has simulated gears, even though it seems to be okay, we're going to put it through more of a test when we get on this next road to really get an idea on whether this thing is going to cut it or not as far as the shifts, upshifts, downshifts, and all that good stuff. But I like the flat bottom wheel, gives it a more sporty feel. The steering is really good. Sports mode tightens everything up, makes the shifts out of the CVT seem a little bit faster. I should say the simulated shifts. Gotta stop saying shifts. Now if you hear that rattling going on, that's the dealer plate tucked up there in the on the dash, in between the dash and the windshield. That's what's rattling. The car is not rattling. But we're going to do an emergency stop in 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. I got some chatter from the anti-lock brakes. Everything stopped linear, perfect, and now we take off. Shifts are a bit slow. Need crisper shifts, I think. That's the CVT for you. Come into this turn. Nice turn. Come right out of it. Nicely done. Back into this turn. Nice turn in. I think I would like to have more crisper engagement in the shifts on this vehicle, but for a CVT you can't complain too much. The whole idea is not to have a CVT. Nice. So really good handling, got some good stick, even though these tires could be better. Probably some summer tires would stick to the ground better, but good response in the handling. You can see right here, really well done in that handling department. Planted to the ground pretty well. Good horsepower, good torque, that nice linear torque delivery out of this naturally aspirated V6. Good solid engine. The CVT kind of hurts it, especially at a $45,000 price point. That hurts it. I could see if this was like a $35,000 Altima, which we'll try to get on the channel, CVT, all right, that makes more sense, but not at 45, almost 46. That isn't going to work. But overall, it's not a bad package. Nissan is letting this car sunset after this year. Let me know how you feel about that. As the Maxima's time passed, Nissan feels it has. With this car, with this sports sedan, after driving it myself, it does feel a bit old. It does feel a bit dated compared to some of the other cars, but so is the Camry. Or taking a look at this against Camry, this is going to be a little bit bigger. The Camry is going to be a little bit, TRD is going to be a little bit sharper. They both have V6s, except the Camry TRD has that automatic transmission. This has a CVT. So with equivalent price points, you got to give the nod to the Camry TRD, even though that's an older design as well. So where does it fit? And I think that's the issue with Nissan, is it just ran out of gas, ran out of steam. It's been in the Nissan lineup for many, many, many years. So let me know what you think. Is the Maxima the way you would go? Get one before they're all gone? The swan song the fat lady is singing, do you go this way? Or do you say, you know what, forget about it, I'm going Camry TRD? Or, you know what, I like the look of the Altima better, and it gets better gas mileage. I'll go Altima SR VC Turbo instead of this, because I don't mind the CVT and I want the better gas mileage and I want a little sportiness. So where do you go with your money? Let me know in the comments. I really would like to hear from you. But I think at this point we're going to wrap up this Maxima video and our one last drive of this Nissan Maxima SR here in 2023. So I want to thank Ciocca Nissan here in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Nissan Maxima SR for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.